Hello, I'm Tricia Hoyt. Thank you for joining me on Fitness on Wheels TV, where we deliver simple yet practical and powerful wellness tips for busy people such as busy professionals and busy working parents. And hello to our journeyers, our 40-day journeyers doing the Feed Your Soul, Find Your Health. So I know you guys have heard Janice and I talking about our awesome Zumba instructor, and if Amy was only a Zumba instructor and fitness instructor, that would be enough, because you've definitely inspired me greatly, and I know you've inspired thousands of people.
Awesome.
But Amy Fournier is also many other things, and like I said, has inspired thousands of people over the years in the fitness industry. We have Amy as a cover model for a magazine. She's also a speaker, an author, a nutritionist, holistic nutritionist, and what did I forget? Anything?
Nap lover.
No. There you go. So we're going to ask Amy a few questions today. The first question I always ask everybody is, what is your definition of wellness? Because everyone has a different definition. So.
Well, okay. I would say the real key to wellness to me is the emotional component. As a holistic nutritionist and a holistic health professional, we look at the whole body, mind, body, spirit. But truly, I think that the mind is the most important part, and our emotions. Mm-hmm. So, finding out a way to get our head on straight and to control the way we think about ourselves, and that is really the key to being truly well, because that decides, if you feel at peace, if you feel a sense of self-love, if you feel like you make it a priority to make time for yourself, how you treat yourself, how you treat others.
Right.
I mean, that's really what it is to be well to me.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Since you brought that up, we'll just jump right to another question I had for you. So, bringing up the emotional piece, I know there's a long list of things that we could recommend to people to do to deal with their emotions, but what are maybe what's the first tool that someone could use to, we are going to have emotions in our life that are going to trip us up and make us want to eat a pint of ice cream or whatnot, or sabotage ourselves. It happens. So what would you say is maybe the first tool that you would recommend to people to dealing with that?
For emotions that they don't want to feel? I think the most important thing is to be able to develop the ability to feel your emotions and identify what they are. A lot of times I think we're told in society that you need to be happy and positive thinking, and that's all very important, but as a human being we're complex and we're very dynamic, and we have naturally the range of emotions, the negative emotions and the positive emotions, feeling angry or upset or lonely or frustrated. These are all normal emotions to the human experience, and people need to be able to develop the tools to process the negative emotions so they don't leak out in inappropriate places, as in with overeating or over-exercising or under-exercising. A lot of these are just symptoms of improperly processed emotions.
Right.
So I think identifying what we truly feel is a skill that is learned, because in a lot of times, unfortunately, in society, we're told to ignore our feelings, and do things in spite of it. Well, you're in school and you have to go to the bathroom, and you're told to ignore your body signals because you're supposed to sit and wait till recess.
Right.
Or, ignore feeling a certain way because it's not appropriate at a certain time.
Right.
But the problem is all those emotions, if they're not processed and felt, they get stored somewhere in the body, or they leak out inappropriately at other times. So I feel that, again, back to what I said earlier, the emotional component is so important, because it is a part of our being, and we must find a way to embrace it and work with it, and instead of fighting it. And until we do, we will constantly be fighting it. We will never get our weight right. We will never be happy. We will never feel a sense of peace that we're all looking for, because we have to acknowledge our whole being, and that's a big part of it.
That is so powerful. It is certainly not just about exercise and nutrition.
Definitely.
So what is maybe another tip besides this great information you already shared, but for busy people? So you're a busy professional, you're super busy with your business, you deal with a lot of other busy people. What is a tip that you could share for these people that we hear saying that, oh yes, I'd love to address my wellness, but I'm just too busy, they're on trains, planes, and automobiles all the time, and then they have a family and all kinds of events. What are some tips for those busy people to implement wellness into their life?
I would say the most important thing is identifying your mindset with what you mean by busy. Because to me, taking care of myself and making time to work out, making time to go shopping for healthy food, making time to prepare healthy meals, making time to force myself to rest and get to bed at an appropriate hour isn't a should, it's a must. And the biggest tip I would have for the busy people is everyone is busy. The president is busy, but he has time to exercise. We all have the same amount of time in a day. But the difference between the fit people and the fit and happy people and the not fit, not happy people is the fit people, it's a must. It's not a should. It's not I'd like to. It's a must. Like, I have to do this. I have to work out 3 times a week. I have to carve 30 minutes 3-4 times a week for myself, for me to be able to be the person that I want to be. I have to find the time to exercise. I have to find the time to go shopping. It's a must. It's not a should or I'd like to or wouldn't it be nice. So for busy people, it comes back to that the way we think about it, the way we process it.
Very powerful mindset. Thank you.
Back to the mind.
Thank you for that.
I'm a head case.
Thank you for that. And I need to hear it too sometimes,
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. No one's perfect, right? It's always a work in progress.
You got it.
And then finally, so Amy has a class coming up called the Zen of Trouble Spots.
Yes.
And I know you'll probably be doing some in the future, hopefully. But so we'll let everybody know how they can definitely access that information. But could you just tell us a little bit about that, a little sneak peek into what that class will be about this Sunday? No, Saturday. This Saturday.
Very excited. Yes, it's on the 22nd.
On the 22nd at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yeah. Actually, it's gonna be really interesting information for people, especially people that are in the fitness world. Because we're going to go into some stuff about chakras, and we're going to go into stuff about the meridians of the body and how the outside and the inside affect each other. A lot of people know when they're tight and they do a stretch and wow, my quads are really tight, or oh, my hips are super tight, or you can feel how tight their neck is. But they don't understand that there's a relationship with every muscle in your body virtually holds hands with an organ and an energy system. So if you're tight in between your shoulder blades of your upper back, for example, that's your rhomboids, and that corresponds with an area of your body, your large intestine. So they're interactive. Your large intestine is what's responsible for your digestion and processing food and drawing nutrients out of your food. So your digestion is related to the flexibility and the function of your upper back, and people don't put that together. So yes, stretching those muscles and increasing circulation and blood supply to those muscles can affect your digestion.
Wow, amazing. No fences in our body.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very interesting information that we're going to cover in this workshop, because people, I just wish in schools we taught children this, how our bodies work. We are such amazing whole beings, and we're taught a lot of very important things, but there's a lot of other important things that I think we should be taught as well. So this workshop, we're going to share some really interesting information for people to understand how their bodies work so they get better results.
Oh, excellent. It's going to be awesome. And so how can they can go to amyfournier.com to find out about any more of your workshops and your schedule for classes and anything else that we want to share? That was very powerful. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I'm just thrilled. I am such big fans of you and Janice and the work that you guys do. I think it's just amazing stuff you're doing for the planet. Very, very powerful. I'm 100% on board. I look forward to future stuff we're going to do. I know there's a lot more fun stuff that we can do. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much. And you can go to www.fitnessonwheels.com to sign up for future newsletters. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.